In this video, we're going to be solving a pair of simultaneous equations where one of the variables in one equation is a multiple of one of the variables in the other equation. So in this instance here, we could actually choose either the x's to make the same, because the top one is double the bottom, or we can make the y's the same, because the top one's the triple of the bottom. I'm actually going to show this in both ways, just so that you can see that it doesn't actually matter which one we choose. So labeling our equations as 1 and 2. If we go ahead and do this separately, if I decide I want to double equation 2, well, first of all, actually, let me rewrite equation 1. And then if I decide I'm going to double equation 2, then that's going to give me twice as many x's, twice as many y's, and that 7 will turn into 14. And then I can call this equation 3 if I want. After which, we now have x's that are the same as each other, so I can now subtract equation 3 from 1, so 1 take away 3. The x's will cancel then. 3y take away 2y will give us a single y, and 16 take away 14 will give us 2, so y is 2. We then sub y into either equation. I'm going to pick number 2 from the beginning, so we're going to have x plus y is now 2 equals 7. Take away 2 from both sides, and x is 5. So x is 5 and y is 2. Now, had we done this the other way, had I decided that, again, rewriting equation 1, there's no need to change it. Had I decided to multiply the second equation by 3 this time, we would have ended up with 3x plus 3y equals 21. Now, in terms of setting up a takeaway sum, because the y's are the same, notice I'm putting a takeaway in between here, but what I actually want to do is bottom take away top to try and avoid negatives. So I'm actually going to do equation 2 take away equation 1. You can, if you want, rewrite this underneath before you do a takeaway sum. It's entirely up to yourself. But as long as you're clear about which one you're taking away from which, and of course whatever we do with the x's, we must also do with the numbers. So bottom take away top, 3x take away 2x gives us a single x. On the right hand side, bottom take away top, 21 take away 16 is 5. And then we sub that back in. Again, I'm going to pick this one because it's a nicer looking one. We're going to end up with 5 plus y equals 7. Take away 5 from both sides, and we get y is 2. So again, we have the same answers as we do over here, which is what you should expect. Next one, the variables for y. This term here is the opposite of twice as big as this one here. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 2. And that's going to give me twice as many x's, twice as many y's, and twice as many 1's. Now, I can technically then look at these two together. I should note that this now is equation 3. I should really actually put this to the side. So just right here, even 1 times 2. And this gives us equation 3. I'm then going to set up an adding sum, because if I add these two opposite terms together, they will cancel. So that means I'm going to add equations 2 and 3, which will give me 3 plus 4x is 7x. The y's cancel. 12 plus 2 is 14. And then divide both sides by 7. I'm going to get x is 2. Then I sub that into either equation. I'm going to pick this one here. So we'll have two lots of 2 plus 3y equals 1, which will give us 4 plus 3y equals 1. Take away 4 from both sides, you get negative 3, and then divide both sides by 3. Okay, y is negative 1, so x equals 2, and y equals negative 1. It's a solution to that pair of simultaneous equations. And lastly here, the top equation, the y terms here, are 3 times as many as the opposite of this. So I'm going to multiply our second equation by 3 here in order to make these y's the opposite of each other. So 3 lots of 6x will give us 18. Nope, 3 lots of 6x will give us 18x. 3 lots of minus 4y will give us minus 12y, and 3 lots of 15 gives us 45. I can then rewrite that first equation underneath, just so that they're beside each other. It makes it easier to do the next step. So that's equation 1. Then, because of the fact that these two terms are the opposites of each other, I'm going to want to add these together. So equation 1 plus 3. I didn't actually define that as 3. So adding these together, we get 18x plus 4x will give us 22x. The y's, when we add together, they cancel. The 45 plus negative 34 is going to give us 11. And then when we divide both sides by 22, you'll end up with 11 over 22, which simplifies to give you a half, or 0.5. Now that we found x, we sub that in to figure out what y is. So I'm going to choose this equation here. You might be wondering, why am I picking the one with the negatives? Well, I always feel it's better to have that than a negative variable. So that's my reason for my choice there. So I'm going to have 4 times a half plus 12y equals minus 34, which is going to give us 2 plus 12y is minus 34. Take away 2 from both sides. I get 12y is minus 36, and then divide both sides by 12. And then y is minus 3. So x is a half, or 0.5, and y is minus 3. Done.